You open Netflix, hit play, and in like 2 seconds, a show starts. Same thing on HBO, same on Hulu, same on Prime Video. Different logos, different shows, different price tags. But under the hood, are these actually the same technology wearing different outfits? Or is each one doing something completely different? Short answer is they're way more similar than you'd think. Let's simplify it. Most people imagine streaming like this. There's one video file sitting on a server, and when you hit play, it just sends you that file, like downloading a movie. That's not what happens, and that single wrong assumption is the key to understanding everything else in this video. In reality, no streaming service stores your show as one file. They store it as dozens of different versions, broken into tiny pieces, spread across thousands of servers around the world. That sounds complicated, but it exists to solve one simple problem. Your internet connection is unpredictable, and a show needs to keep playing anyway. Here's the core technology basically every streaming service uses. It's called adaptive bitrate streaming, and it works the same underlying way whether you're on Netflix or Disney+. How it works. When a studio delivers a show to a streaming service, that raw video gets processed into many different versions, different resolutions, 144p up to 4K, and different bit rates. Basically, file quality density. Each version is chopped into small chunks, usually just a few seconds long. When you press play, an algorithm on your device constantly measures your internet speed in real time. Based on that measurement, it requests the next few seconds of video at whatever quality your connection can currently handle. And it reevaluates every few seconds. This is why video quality quietly drops when your Wi-Fi gets shaky and creeps back up when it improves, usually without you even noticing, and almost never causing the video to fully stop. This exact technique goes by slightly different technical names. HLS, used heavily by Apple adjacent systems, and MPEG-Dash are the two dominant industry standards. But conceptually, Netflix, HBO Max, Hulu, and Prime Video are all doing this same chunk and adapt trick. Here's the second shared piece of technology. Content delivery networks, or CDNs. If every single viewer on Earth pulled video directly from one central server, streaming would be painfully slow and would collapse under global demand. So instead, streaming companies copy their content onto thousands of servers positioned physically close to viewers, in cities and internet exchange points all over the world. When you hit play, you're not fetching video from some far-off headquarters. You're fetching it from a server that might be a few miles from your house. This is exactly why streaming feels near instant. It's not magic. It's geography. Some companies, like Netflix, actually built their own CDN hardware, it's called OpenConnect, and ship physical servers to internet providers around the world. Others, like many smaller platforms, lease CDN capacity from companies like Amazon CloudFront or Akamai. Different business decision, same underlying concept. Raw, uncompressed video is enormous, genuinely too large to stream practically. So every one of these platforms runs your show through video codecs, compression formats like H.264 or the newer, more efficient H.265, HEVC, and AV1. These codecs strip out redundant visual information frame to frame. A mostly still scene doesn't need every pixel resent 24 times a second, and compress the rest intelligently, cutting file sizes down dramatically while keeping quality high enough that your eye doesn't notice the loss. This step is genuinely near identical across services. They're all licensing or implementing the same handful of industry standard codecs. The differences are mostly in how aggressively or cleverly each company tunes their encoding settings, which is part of why some platforms' 1080p can look crisper than others even at the same labeled resolution. Here's one area where things genuinely diverge a bit: digital rights management, or DRM. Since these platforms are streaming licensed copyrighted content, they need systems that prevent easy copying or piracy. Most large platforms use one of a small handful of major DRM systems: Google's Widevine, Apple's FairPlay, or Microsoft's PlayReady, often multiple at once, depending on what device you're watching on. So even here, they're not inventing brand new locks. They're mostly all picking from the same small set of industry standard locking systems, just configuring them slightly differently. If the underlying plumbing, chunking, Adaptive streaming, CDNs, codecs, DRM is basically the same industry playbook. What makes Netflix feel different from Hulu? Mostly it comes down to the following. The recommendation algorithm. How each platform's software decides what to show you on the homepage, which is genuinely unique custom software per company. Encoding quality tuning. How much each company invests in squeezing out better quality per megabyte. App engineering and UI. How smoothly their specific apps are built, how fast their search works, how good their subtitle caption systems are. Live streaming needs. Services with live sports or live TV, like Hulu plus Live TV or Prime Video's live events, need additional real-time infrastructure that on-demand only libraries don't. And of course, the content library itself, which isn't a technology difference at all, just a licensing and production one. So the honest answer to do they all work the same way is, yes, at the infrastructure level, they're all running the same basic playbook. Adaptive bitrate streaming, global CDNs, standard codecs, standard DRM. The differences you actually notice as a viewer are mostly software polish, business decisions, and content libraries, not some secret, totally different underlying technology. So next time your Netflix quality dips for a second during a Wi-Fi hiccup, you'll know exactly why. Your device just automatically asked for a smaller, faster piece of video to keep things playing smoothly. That same invisible system is running in the background no matter which of these apps you're using. If this made streaming make a little more sense, hit subscribe for more videos like this. And let me know in the comments which platform you think has the best actual video quality. Thank you for watching.